If we've not met before, my name is Oliver and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist out here in Los Angeles. Maybe it's a California thing, but every once in a while my clients will talk to me about visualizing, putting things out there in the universe. Your thoughts can become real, to manifesting things, visualizing their goals, attracting things from the universe. And I never really know what to say to this. Let's face it, we weren't really talking about the law of attraction in grad school, so I don't really know how to handle it therapeutically. I did some digging, and mainly for my own benefit, so that I knew how to address this with clients. And it's pretty interesting stuff.
It turns out that there's actually a scientifically studied way of manifesting and visualizing that works. Now make sure you stay tuned for the final step, because that, in my opinion, is where the magic happens.
This is a psychotherapist's take on visualization and manifestation.
As an only child, I am no stranger to fantasy, visualization, and the use of imagination. However, as a therapist, I think I have come to realize that an over-reliance on imagination and fantasy is a way that we can escape our feelings and modify our feelings. And that is part of the problem when it comes to the oversimplification of visualizing anything you want to get whatever you want. What happens in our brain is after we visualize, we relax. Our blood pressure drops, and we can actually see a dip in brain activity in some studies. So visualizing is not necessarily a problem. However, if we're relaxed after we visualize, we're going to have less drive, less anxiety that we need sometimes to take the first step to make things happen in order to actually make our visualizations become real. In order to make the most use out of visualization, at least according to psychological studies, is that we have to attach what we're trying to visualize to a need. So if you're hungry, the need would be food. If you're lonely, the need might be a date. So the first step in all of this is to identify what it is that you're wishing for and to make sure that it is attached to a very clear need. Now, our studies are only short-term at the moment, so try and identify both a need and a wish that could be satisfied in the next week or month. Step 2 is to imagine the outcome. So you've identified a need, you've got your wish in there, but then think of what it's going to look like when you've completed it. So if you're lonely, which is the need, and you want to ask Jenny in accounting out, the outcome might be a lovely candle-lit dinner for two with great conversation. And this is the part that I think is going to be most useful for therapists watching this. It's about visualizing the obstacles, and not just any obstacles, the internal obstacles or the internal barriers that are going to get in your way of reaching that goal or getting the outcome that you want. The final step involves rehearsing in your mind what you are going to do if you encounter these obstacles. So if the obstacle is getting nervous around Jenny in accounting, you will practice what you're going to do if you come across this obstacle, and the alternatives are described as then. So if I get nervous, then I will take some deep breaths and listen to my meditation app. If there's anything magical or woo-woo about this process, it comes in this final step. The very act of rehearsing what you will do when you come across an internal obstacle actually prepares you unconsciously for the time that you do encounter it in the real world. It's as if our brain just needs to practice a few times and then it takes over. You won't even be thinking about it when you come across that obstacle.